Welcome again, Converge collectors. So from the latest wave these days, which is number 23, we have Converge number 283 and 284. We actually have 3 because there's 2 in this little box. So we're going to start with RGM89, and it's Jegan or Jegan, I'm not sure, but it comes from a Char's Counterattack, which I haven't seen, but it's the mass-produced grunt suit, it looks like. Let's see here. Yeah, if you want to pause, you can pause. Alright, and pause there. Okay. So there it is, Char's beating up on one, slicing it in half. It's the grunt. They die a lot, I guess. Converge-wise, sadly I bought this locally. It's an export market one, and they covered up the whole page. Like, you can't see the rest of the wave in there. It's 19 meters, 21 tons. There's no gum in this because it's an export market one. Just gotta cut this bag. Make sure you don't cut the pieces. If you're not careful, you can do that. I actually haven't, but it's gonna happen one of these days. I'm gonna cut right through a part. This cardboard is meant to protect that antenna, but obviously it didn't. Well, I guess I don't even need to remove that cardboard. I'll need it. Here's typical stand here. Let's go with the camera in a little closer, get better light, and break this apart and put it back together. Yeah, definitely some stuck paint there. Wow. Okay. Yep, stuck. You can just hear it. And that backpack, I guess, comes off too. Okay, bottom of the feet look pretty good. It's a really interesting color. It's definitely greenish. I'm not sure. It's like a mint green, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose that would be the best way to describe it. But here on the top of the feet, we have a darker green. And then back, pretty plain. All these later Converges are very simple in their detailing. Like, there aren't any panel lines and nooks and crannies like the early Converges. I don't know why. I don't know why they're doing that. Maybe it's just easier to paint, or maybe the molds last longer. Nice big thrusters here. Maybe these are ammo. I don't know. There's a lot of cracks here, though. That doesn't look very nice. Nice painting here. We got gray here, a little red. Although I do feel maybe there could have been more red in there, so maybe it's not nice. Very finely detailed vents here. Okay, a little aqua color. No, that's green. My camera shows different colors than the naked eye. Gunmetal for the neck, and I guess that's it. So yeah, let's go to that backpack. Yeah, just a big rectangle. Nice big thrusters though, painted gunmetal. Nice detail on that thruster. It's really cool. It's like it's a double-decker thruster. You can put a gem in there, a jewel bead. It's an asymmetric pattern on the back as well, as far as the detailing. And then maybe these are thrusters as well, and they're recessed, so you could add some color in there pretty easily. Now that I took that off, no, it's still pretty good. Still a good fit. I don't think it's gonna fall off. Nice big pegs for the arms, so hopefully those won't fall off either. So this arm here, we have a peg for the shield, gunmetal in the elbow, the hand is a fist, and you can spin it. And it's got a hex hole there, even in a hex hole here, kind of a plain back of the shield. Kind of a plain shield in general, but at least it's two-tone. You got this gunmetal again. I wonder if these are rockets or guns in the shield. Okay. Just can hear the tightness. Alright, this side you have an open hand to hold this, what looks like an SMG of some sort. And it's nice because it's a different color than the hand itself. I hate when the hand and the gun are the same color. And the way it looks like it's pulling a trigger, right? So that's nice. That's a little loose though. That's actually very loose. I'm gonna have to get some poster putty for that. I always keep all this stuff right next to the booth here. These are PVC toys, so except for the antenna. The antenna are very often brittle plastic, which I don't care for. But this is, bendy. It's not going to break if it falls off a bookshelf. But sadly, I think the antenna will. Alright, so nice thruster details there in the shoulder. Okay, let's pop that on. Now the head is going to require this antennae, which is a different color. I'm sure that won't fall out too easily. It's actually, yeah, that's a pretty tight fit, so that's good. But yeah, I feel like the antennae are generally rigid plastic. That's why I had that cardboard in the bag to protect it from breaking. That's a cool visor or eye, whatever you want to call that facial thing. This blue, and there's like a molded circle back behind it, painted silver. It looks like so really cool. It's like a cyclops. Red on the chin is nice. It's a metallic green above in that section there, but just a plain back. I wish they went back and added the chassis number into the head. I like it. It's asymmetric. And you can actually get a pretty good amount of, totally unlimited amount of movement. The antenna doesn't even collide. So that's good. Get different poses. Alright. So number 284, the Luggan and Magella attack. Anyways, you can, I just focus on the screen. You can read up on both of those. Alright, and I brought up some photos. So yeah, it's a really interesting looking plane. And then the tank, the actual top half, flies off and becomes a plane on its own. But you can see a sense of scale. It's a huge tank and it's a huge plane. It's got stairs coming out, up the top. These two funky things are radomes, so they could scan the sky or the ground. That's what I learned. Interesting. Alright, let's get this going now. They've actually done the tank before. I actually have it, so I'll bring that out for comparison. I have to clip some parts off the runner. There's two little discs there. A clear part. I don't know what the discs are for. We'll find out. Okay. Just put the tank stuff over there. Now you have a feeling maybe these are mixed as far as the parts. It's not like this bag is all the Luggan and the other was the tank. But we'll find out for sure. Some sort of brittle plastic piece. That's what the cardboard indicates. It's a brittle piece of plastic. You gotta be careful about these clear pieces. I very often have left the parts in the bag, throw them in the trash barrel, and then realize I didn't get everything out of here. So hopefully I got everything out now. So the first thing I realize is the stand. And yes, they are separate. They're in both bags. This part was in the first, right? I don't know, there's a post here, there's a different stand here. Again, I feel like I might be missing a piece already. Well, we'll have to see what happens. And then I gotta get some clippers. Oh, look at that, that is horrible. So, if this happens, that's so warped. I'm gonna go boil this in hot water and see if it'll straighten itself out. So pleasantly, just poured boiling water on it and it pretty much straightened itself out. So that's the beautiful thing about these PVC parts. I really wish everything in these was PVC so you could straighten them out and not fear them breaking if they fall. Alright, that seems to be all the parts. Boy, so this must be for like the radome things, which were in that first bag. So, that's a tight fit and all, but the peg is so short, I feel like you should glue that in place. In fact, let me come back after I do that. Alright, so you see there at an angle, and looking at those images, I think they angle outwards. So there's hexagonal holes here, and I have to assume this goes in here. want to push that in with something or wiggle it. Hold on. Yeah, I think it's supposed to sit flush into that shape. Okay, so that's one. I don't think this is going to fall out very easily. Yeah, wiggling is your friend. Okay, well, looking at the bottom of this, we have a whole lot of cool details. It's got bomb bay doors, and then a whole bunch of panel lines. It is weird that it would just have random turrets on the side of the wings like that. I don't know how to understand the design of that. They look like tank turrets on the end of wings. They must have mastered anti-gravity skills. Oh, look at that. You can actually rotate this a tiny bit, but I have a feeling it's supposed to be like horizontal, these discs. And then what the heck are these, you know? Maybe these are ray domes as well? You have some intakes here in the front. Look pretty good. Where's my pick? They're really deep, so you could add black paint in there pretty easily. And then you got some venting here. Oh yeah, this is also a VTOL, like a Harrier jet. So maybe these are the VTOL vents. But the fandom said it has bomb bay doors too. And then you have a really metallic yellow here for the canopy. It's not just a straight yellow. There's a little bit of a crack though, or some sort of molding blemish. And then the turrets are different. They're like gunmetal. These pyramids are gunmetal. These are peach colored. So it's pretty cool. It's a weird, such a weird looking plane, but I like it. Now what I don't know is how it's supposed to be on a stand. Well, according to the box, this is the stand for this guy. So it just pegs in there. It's a pretty tall stand, but I guess it's a high-flying plane. Alright, now the Magella attack. So, let's see. I think this turret must come off, right? Because it's supposed to fly off. Stuck paint. Then the barrel is here. And so, it's got like a recess on the bottom. So, you want to probably pop it in like this. I guess you gotta stretch that plastic quite a bit. I think this turret is rigid plastic, so be careful about putting too much torque on this thing. I can't get past... Probably should dip this in hot water and put this on. I might go and do that. Yep, hot water's your friend here. It made it so easy, and then it also straightened this wing out. That wing was crooked as well, so yeah, any sort of warped stuff will just straighten itself out with the hot water. So this is actually a pretty smart design. I don't think that's going to possibly fall out very easily unless I boil it again, right? So you can obviously get some turret movement there. The canopy is a different color. It's like a different shade of green. It's got a metallic, like blue, silverish, I guess, for the cockpit. Really nice details on the thrusters. So very cool. I'm not sure what those squares are, but it looks neat. The bottom of the tank, we have some ribbing down here. And then we get a big Gatling gun, it looks like, in the front. And then some headlights you can add some color to easily since they're recessed. The tank treads are metallic. They're really nice. They're glossy, although I kind of feel like they should be matte finish. I mean, I don't think tank treads stay shiny for long, right? It's all blanked off, but that's acceptable. You'll notice it's actually canted like a hot rod, the body. And then even details underneath, so that's cool. Maybe these are exhausts. So nice and deep again, you can add some details there. Oh no, these look like exhausts. So what would those be, I wonder? Maybe thrusters? Anyways, looks pretty good. And then let's just pop this back on. Now you see those fins on the bottom though. It kind of stops it from turning all the way. So keep that in mind. So there it is, just on ground mode. It's a pretty goofy looking tank, so tall and all that, but I guess it makes sense to have a flying off turret. Although that would be so heavy. Although in the future, maybe these are super light materials. Let's see if we can make sense of this. Unfortunately, because the sticker is covering this up, I don't know if I can make sense of that. It's not even a sticker you can remove easily. I see the round peg going in there. I see what's going on now. So if you want, you can just take this round peg, stick it on the original peg, and then you have the flying off version. I guess that's nice to have. I'll never display it like that, but it's nice to have it. What's a bit of a mystery is this, and this. It looks like this goes in here, but why? Maybe it somehow holds? No, I don't. I don't know what's going on here. I'll have to actually go to the internet. I'll be back. So there it is. Apparently you can have a small base for the flying thing, but it's such a big object. I don't think that's really smart. It's going to get knocked over very easily. It's nice that they give you that option, I guess, but I'm going to pretty much display this thing. It's also got 3 tabs, so you could probably stick this on one side here, and then put the tank, you know, on the other side maybe? Let's see. Yeah, they will fit underneath. So actually, maybe let's see what this thing. I do feel like this is meant to grab. Oh, maybe it's supposed to go on the tank tread. Yeah, that's probably what it's for. So I'm gonna put this thing here. You'd think they'd have a photo of that, right? But boy, for some reason that doesn't want to go in there so easily. It literally caused a stress mark. That's not good. Alright, well anyways, so you can park the tank up underneath that. But then you just have this left over. Well, just fine, I guess. I'll just put it in my random box. I am going to actually put this... Well, maybe I won't. I already put a sticker on the bottom of this thing. But I just don't want stuff rattling around and falling off. So... put some putty here. There, now I can just pick it up, you know, with the stand. So that's actually pretty smart what they did there. You can have both of them strafing or something. They're obviously, I don't think that's to scale, right? This would probably be much bigger in the Gundam universe. We're going to do the comparisons one by one because there's actually several Jegans. So number 9 in the overall Converge series is another Jegan. Now you see what's going on here. It's so much better detailed. It has the chassis and the head. Just look at all the extra nooks and crannies, right? So the earlier waves, they're just trying harder or something. Or they're just the excuse for the... Let me fix that. So I think that maybe it's just an excuse to have a re-release by making it simpler looking. I don't know, which you like more, the simple cartoonish look? I mean, they are cartoons after all. Or the highly detailed earlier ones. I think I instinctively like the earlier ones, but I guess it's good to have options. Number 143 in the overall lineup is called the ECOAS version. I think that's a faction. It's really cool. I like it. It's really neat. And then number 203 is the Stark Jegan, or Jegan. And it's got additional thrusters and rocket launchers, and you know. So those are my 4 Jegan or Jegans. Sorry, I haven't seen the cartoon. I don't know how they pronounce it. And I don't really have time to research these things, right? Okay, well, anyways, you've seen those. I guess we have a top view. They all seem to have this offset antenna on the head and like a big motorcycle type visor. Okay, let's put these two up here. So number 87 is a DOP. It's like a recon airplane, I believe. And then here's the earlier, much smaller Magella or Magella. And it also has a moving turret, and you can also remove the top part as well, but it's definitely smaller, right? And different in its deformation, I guess. Yeah, this definitely has weaker thrusters, right, compared to the highly detailed ones there. More tanks. We got this early gun tank here. It's number 109. We have a recent 184 gun tank here, the Operation Jaburo one. And then my favorite is this behemoth called the Hidolfer. This is plus 13. That's where it is in the Converge Plus series. Yeah, Gundam has some funky designs. Very, very unique. This one's spasming out. It's not straight. I guess I should probably dip that whole thing in hot water. Okay. Amazing. Two tiny boxes, and this video is already 22 minutes. So as usual, they're nice. Converges are great because you don't have to paint anything. It's already done for you. There's only minor articulation though. It's not really an action figure. If you actually want more articulation, you'd actually want to collect the smaller Senshi, Gashapon Senshis. They actually have joints for the elbows, and the legs can move as well. But I still like the Converge. It's the most expansive collectibles for Gundam, I think, other than the model kits. But I don't have room for all those model kits. That's crazy. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next Converge video.